and I write for flightstightsandmovienights.com. And my favorite movies of the year so far, in no particular order, first off I'd have to mention Blue Ruin. It's a low-budget indie movie by director Jeremy Saulnier. It follows a beach bum, and he finds out that that somebody that killed his parents is getting released from prison, and he goes out for vengeance. But it's like a typical revenge tale, but it goes in different directions than you would expect, and I really enjoy it. It's really stylish. I'm glad that I got the chance to see it. My next one would probably be X-Men Days of Future Past. I was a big fan of the first two X-Men movies, and I was glad that they brought Bryan Singer back to direct this one. And even though I hadn't read the comics, they covered this storyline back in the 90s cartoon, which I really enjoyed, and I thought that they brought in a lot of great action, and the movie was just really fun and really enjoyable. And of course the Quicksilver scene is just one of the greatest scenes I've seen in a while, especially in a comic book or superhero movie. Let's see, my next one would have to be Snowpiercer. I know it technically came out last year, but it came out here in the US this year, and that is one of my favorite sci-fi movies that I've seen in a long time. It stars Chris Evans on a train in the future, and it's the Korean debut of Bong Joon-ho, and it's just a really fantastic movie that goes in all sorts of different directions. It's something very different from a sci-fi movie. The next one, I would have to go with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I thought the first Captain America was okay, but the sequel really cranked it up a notch, and all the stuff that they did with Hydra, and I also really liked the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, and I thought that how they tied that in with the events that happened in the Winter Soldier movie worked really well, and just all the action scenes were really great, and it was just a really fun ride, and one of my favorite movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe since the Avengers. And last, I can't go without mentioning the Lego movie, because I grew up playing with Legos, and ever since I saw the poster for this movie, I was really excited to see it, and it really went well above my expectations. I'm not going to go with the cliched route that everybody that likes this movie says about it, but it is true, and it's a lot of fun. It has a lot of meta humor, and just the animation is really a gorgeous blend of CG animation with a stop motion style, and I really love to see what they pulled off with that.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
My name is Clint Worthington. My website is Alcohollywood, www.alcohollywood.com. We're also on Twitter at Alcohollywood.
And you can put the paper.
My 5 favorite movies of the year, if I had to pick, in no particular order, are the Lego Movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Noah, Under the Skin, and if I had to pick a 5th, it would be X-Men Days of Future Past. Under the Skin is a fantastic sort of painterly kind of disturbing sci-fi horror movie that's definitely for like the more art house crowd. It's a little more deliberately paced. It's kind of like if Stanley Kubrick and Shane Carruth had a man baby, and that man baby decided to remake Species. Under the Skin, it's about a lot of different things, and it takes a lot of time to unpack after you watch it. After you watch it, you'll be thinking about it for weeks. But if I had to pick, it's kind of a movie about how different people take ownership of women's bodies, men and women alike, and how they treat it. It's just a wonderful, haunting, sort of beautiful movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. Grand Budapest Hotel, I'm admittedly a huge fan of Wes Anderson, and Grand Budapest Hotel for me is even just middle of the road Anderson, but that just means it's still a really good movie. Anderson kind of revels in making these kind of painterly, pillow boxy, kind of layer cake kind of movies that are all about building the world, and you're looking at it from a distance. And he creates that wonderful sense of distance even further by like having layers upon layers of storytelling just throughout it, and just wonderful performances. It's kind of it kind of harkens back to those old 1920s, 1930s Hitchcock movies like The Lady Vanishes, where there's like an unknown, made-up Eastern European country and something else is going on in it, and there's all kinds of intrigue, but also a lot of strange intimacy in it. And yeah, it's just a fun kind of, you know, stilted but in a good way ride.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much. Alcoholwit.com.
My name is Jason Soto, and I am from the website Your Face, which can be found at www.yourfaces.com. Well, I guess my number 5, I'll give it to A Million Ways to Die in the West. I didn't think it was really that bad, as everyone made it all out to be. Even though I'm putting it on my number 5, I thought it was a pretty funny movie. I quite liked it, and I like Seth MacFarlane, so there we go. My number 4, I'm going to give it to Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. Half because I know the guy who made the movie, and half because it's a pretty damn enjoyable movie. My number 3, I'll give it to Bad Words, which is the movie Jason Bateman directed and starred in. Really funny. I liked it. Really awesome. Number 2, I'm going to give it to the Lego Movie. I was very excited for that when that came out. I'm not a huge Lego fan, but I thought it was pretty awesome. And my number 1 will have to be 22 Jump Street. Easily the best comedy of 2014 that I've seen so far.
Alright, thanks.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, everyone's been out here for like 30 minutes. I thought it was like some longer thing.
My name is Nick Jobe, and my website is Your Face, which can be found at www.yourfaceisa.com. My 5 favorite movies of the year are the Lego Movie, because it had great imagination. 22 Jump Street, because it was a very clever and hilarious sequel. Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, because I don't know, it was much better than the first one and had lots of cool action. Edge of Tomorrow, because I read the book and the movie's actually much better than the book and pretty funny and smart. And The Raid 2, because it is awesome, and that sounds cheap, but whatever.
The Raid 2 was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much.
Alright.
My name is Daniel Lackey. My websites are Forced Viewing, which is forcedviewing.com, and The Nightmare Gallery, which is thenightmaregallery.com. My 5 favorite movies of the year. My favorite movie of the year so far is Jeremy Saulnier's Blue Ruin, which I really appreciated its portrayal of obsession and mental illness, as well as having just a wonderful cinematography and great lead performance by Macon Blair. My second favorite movie of the year is Only Lovers Left Alive, the new Jim Jarmusch movie about vampires played by Tilda Swinton and Tom Hiddleston. That's just got another great kind of gothic romantic vibe. I loved it. Great photography of the Detroit area and some beautiful psychedelic style guitar music from Jarmusch's own band Squirrel. Number four, I would have to say that's number 3. Sorry, number 3, August Osage County. Just a wonderful cast on that one. From everybody from the leads from, starting with Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts, all the way down to Chris Cooper, Margot Martindale, Benedict Cumberbatch, Juliette Lewis, Julianne Nicholson. Just a great chance to see a lot of top flight actors at the top of their form. Number 4 would be Godzilla. I just happened to like the fact that it actually made me care about what was going on and what the characters were doing, and I loved the design of Godzilla. It was a good one, just a good popcorn movie. Number 5 would be A Field in England by Ben Wheatley, director of Sightseers and Kill List. An interesting movie that's basically kind of like a psychedelic drug movie, but set in 17th century England, starring Reese Shearsmith of The League of Gentlemen, and with a cameo by Julian Barrett of The Mighty Boosh, just for the fact that it does things that I don't see any other movie doing right now. Just really, really fascinating. Not for everybody, but it's interesting. So those are my 5.
Awesome. Is there a movie that you're looking forward to the most to see this year?
The movie I'm looking forward to most to seeing this year is the Lego Movie. I've just heard so many good things about that. I missed it when it was in theaters, and it's not coming to Netflix disc until the 15th, so I just have not had a chance to see it yet. But everybody I know has seen this film, has loved it. So I'm looking forward to Lego Movie.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Chris Ramey, and my website is aftercredits.com. In no particular order, and I definitely have not seen as many movies as I need to see. My favorite movies of the year, 5 favorite, would be, like I said, in no particular order, Godzilla. Gotta love Godzilla. I love the monster movies. Big fan. The Fire Breath was awesome. Captain America. Always loved Captain America. He's, American. Captain America. Come on, right? And he fights evil. And Monuments Men had a great cast, actually. Fan of just about everyone who was in that movie. Loved World War II type movies. It was really good. Million Ways to Die in the West. Big Seth, I forget his name now. MacFarlane. Big fan of his, Family Guy, Ted's one of my favorite movies. Great movie, it's a lot of people don't get his humor, but it was good. Loved it. My other one was Lego Movie. Loved Legos. Played Legos for all of my life. It was good to see the movie. Could have probably done without the human aspect. That could have done without that. Just strict up Legos would have been fine with me. That's my 5 favorite.
Okay, so what is the movie that you're looking forward to seeing the rest of the year the most?
I haven't seen it yet. Transformers. Actually, there's a bunch, but
Okay.
probably Transformers.
Okay, you can mention more.
Well, Apes. I want to see Apes. That's supposed to be a really good movie. The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. There's another one coming out later. I cannot remember. So, yeah.
That's cool. All right, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
My name is Dylan Fields. My website is Man I Love Films, which can be found at manilovefilms.com.
Okay.
My favorite movies of the year so far are the Lego Movie, which was just more fun than anyone should be allowed to have in a theater. The Grand Budapest Hotel, maybe not Wes Anderson's best film, but probably his most fun. I'm sensing a theme already. You will too. Edge of Tomorrow, which, yeah, I'm going to be a broken record. It was maybe not the most amazing action film ever made, but damn was it just entertaining as hell to watch, and funny, and kind of unexpected in that regard, so excellent. X-Men Days of Future Past, which might, upon reviewing, become my favorite X-Men film. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. They kind of all blend together after a while. And finally, Under the Skin, because I need to get some pretentious art house bullshit in with my commercial, overly poppy tastes, except, it featured a lot of Scarlett Johansson naked, so I don't know really how much that's helping my pretension. And maybe that's all pretension is art house shots with naked bodies. But it was, to be honest, it was a beautiful, weird, striking, odd film that should probably be seen by a lot of people. The film that I'm probably most looking forward to for the rest of 2014 is Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know why it's not coming out until August. I think it was a poor decision on their part. It should have been coming out in July, especially considering a film such as this is our big July 4th weekend movie. Why Nobody knows, nobody cares. It should have been Guardians of the Galaxy. That's
We
what I
don't
wanna
talk
see.
about the shirt.
I talked about the shirt.
We don't talk about the shirt.
This is my favorite film of 2014.
We don't talk about the shirt.
My favorite T-shirt of 2014 is Tammy.
Thanks a lot, Dylan Fields.
Thank you, Fredo.
My name is
Oh, wait.
Alfredo Castillo, and my website is Film Yarn. Now, if you don't know my website, if you're watching this video, you're probably in the wrong spot. 5 favorite movies of the year so far are number 5, Jodorowsky's Dune. It's a documentary about what a Chilean director, Alejandro Jodorowsky, and how he was given the movie Dune to produce. It's basically about how a person gets a band of artist brothers together to influence movies forever with a movie that never happened. Number 4 is Only Lovers Left Alive, the latest Jim Jarmusch movie. It's about vampires, immortals, and the drag of being alive for so much time. Beautifully rendered and musically stunning. Number 3 is a movie that is only available on Netflix called Tiny. Now, I'm kind of glad Tiny happened because it's the kind of movie that I would have liked to make. So, which means I don't have to make it anymore. It's about tiny houses. It's about a person that decides that he's gonna build a house for less than 200 square feet, and by himself in a trailer. And it's one of the things that I've been interested for a long time, and I kind of wanted to make a movie about that. And I'm just kind of glad that it happened, and also very, very jealous. Number 2 is Finding Vivian Maier. Vivian Maier was a street photographer and destitute crazy woman that was finally discovered about 2 years ago. And this is basically the story of not only her and her life and her photographs, but also the discovery process and what it took to take her work to galleries nowadays. Now, the best movie of the year so far is called The Wind Rises, which is the last movie of, what's his name? It's from the Ghibli studio, a Japanese movie, an animation that is kind of a love story to engineering and the triumph of cleverness and math and science to create beautiful flying machines that kind of happen to kill a lot of people. So those are the best movies of the year so far. The movie that I'm the most looking forward to seeing for the rest of the year is called Boyhood, from my boy Richard Linklater. And if you've seen if you know anything about me, you know that I loves me some Linklater. The movie was shot over 12 years, so it shot they shot like a couple of days every year for the last 12 years, and the movie's finally coming up, like I think next week in Chicago. So you should definitely watch it. I definitely will. Yeah. So we're good? Yeah, we're good. Yay, we did it. That's not true.
This podcast is a proud member of the LAMB Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.